Hey guys, how you doing? So it's Gavin here from Start Fresh Personal Training, and today I'm going to talk to you about alcohol. And just basically, a lot of people seem to think that they can't have alcohol in their diet. It's going to make them gain weight and get fat. So it's pretty apt, really. I went out last night. Don't really drink anymore, but I hadn't seen my mates for about or nearly a year. Actually, was the last time I probably had any sort of significant amount of alcohol. So I had about 4 or 5 beers last night, and today, no, I don't feel too bad, but woke up with a bit of a headache. And I thought, hey, I'll just do a video on alcohol. So basically, little bit of background. Alcohol is broken down into ethanol, and it's very different to the alcohol that you normally a nurse puts on your arm before she jabs you. So it is slightly different. The ones that's found in beers and spirits and stuff like that. So pretty much the way it affects us is that it goes into our GI tract, in the stomach, and into our stomach, and it goes straight into the liver. And 90% of the alcohol gets processed by the liver. The rest of it then gets sent out into the bloodstream. So what happens then is that it affects us, obviously, as we know what being drunk feels like. And it does that because the ethanol molecules are so small, they go into the brain and they go into the neurotransmitters and they disturb it. So that's why we start to get fuzzy and everything else. It also a diuretic as well, which alcohol makes us go to the toilet and dehydrates us. That's where we usually get the headaches from. And although it's not toxic in itself, the byproduct of the metabolized alcohol can be toxic. That's what makes us feel sick. When you've had too much alcohol. So with regards to, so obviously that's the sort of thing that causes the hangover, is dehydration and the toxicity of everything else. So yeah, that's what makes you feel a bit rubbish. So with regards to calorie wise, if you're looking at does it make you fat or not, well, there's 7 calories per gram of alcohol. So if you think about it, carbohydrates are 4 calories per gram. Fat is about 9 calories per gram. So it's in between fat and carbohydrates. So if you think of your overall diet, and like I said, when you're tracking with MyFitnessPal and everything else, what's really important to understand is that if you consume more calories than you take in, then obviously it's going to make you fat. And you could eat too many bananas and get overweight, if you eat enough of them. So the problem is, it's the moderation of alcohol, and something doesn't make you fat. But what it does do, when it impacts on your weight loss, it can, when it digests in your liver and stuff, your liver prefers the alcohol for energy, all right. And what it can do is, if you drink too much of it, it inhibits the absorption of amino acids, which is proteins, which therefore can lead to decrease in muscle mass. So if you drink lots and lots of alcohol over time, certainly if you're a chronic drinker, you tend to not metabolize foods and vitamins as well as you should, and therefore as a byproduct of that, you can obviously lose muscle. You put fat on because you're obviously drinking lots of calories, and that's probably the impact with the on the weight loss. So also as well, when it impacts on exercise, you got to think about, like today now, for example, I probably wouldn't train today because I'm not feeling great. It's just I just don't feel like going to the gym and all those sorts of things. But what it does do as well, it has an anaerobic effect on the cell. So anaerobic exercise is energy produced without oxygen. And what that does then, this that burning sensation in your muscles. So what alcohol does then, it sort of, certainly in heavy drinkers over time, it can sort of what's the word I'm trying to look for, cause more lactic acid buildup, I guess, in the muscle, which obviously if you could be a lot more sore, and during the exercise you're not going to get an efficient workout in. Plus, if you're dehydrated as well, you're not going to feel like it as well, and you're going to feel a bit rough, all those sorts of things. So that's the sort of effect it has on exercise. Obviously, when you're intoxicated as well, and you're drinking, and you're going to go back to the fat loss type thing, you're more likely to eat more when you've had a few beers, because you're not thinking straight, your inhibitions are not there, and you don't really care about your goals anymore. And all those things over time is going to add to fat loss if you keep on doing it. So if you're talking a chronic alcohol as well, it has an input on your metabolism and leptin as well. So if you're a big drinker, and alcoholics in particular, increases the leptin levels in your body, which essentially means that you becomes an appetite suppressant. So you're drinking, you're not eating. Okay, so over time, again, that's going to lead to muscle loss, probably a little bit of maybe weight gain as well, because your metabolism starts to slow down, and you get very sick. Also, as I said, certain vitamins and minerals are absorbed around the B vitamins and folate and things like that, and that's also a negative impact on your health. So when we're looking at alcohol, does it make you fat? On its own, no, it doesn't. Absolutely not. Alcohol should be, if you're going to drink it as part of a healthy diet. Drink with moderation, and with your calories, your daily calories, think of them like your bank account. If you're someone that could say take 2,500 calories in per day, then what's going to happen is, if you go above that, you're going to be in debt. If you below that, you've got money in the bank still. So if you're going to have alcohol, account for it within a normal day. So if you're going to have a couple of glasses of wine, wherever else, just use your MyFitnessPal or wherever else, put them into your MyFitnessPal. Let's just say there's 150 calories a glass, 2 glasses 300 calories, and you've got 2,200 calories left to enjoy. Simple as that. Everything in moderation, guys. Okay, you don't have to cut out anything. You don't have to go cold turkey. It's all in moderation, all right? And alcohol is no different to chocolate or sugar or anything else, all right? Enjoy a glass of wine if you want to. A glass night, I probably have about 4 or 5 beers. If I count that up, that's going to be probably nearly 800 calories right there, which isn't great. So let's just say that over the week, you're in a calorie deficit. So you estimate that you're going to be 200 calories less per day to lose weight. So over the course of the week, that's about 1,400 calories deficit. If you had, like for me last night, 1,000 calories worth of alcohol, I've made a big, huge dent, and all that work I've done is going to be written off in one night. And that's the same thing. So your weight loss comes over the course of a week, and not obviously not per day. So if you if you binge on the weekend, all the good work you've done during the week is going to be essentially undone. All right. So that's the other thing to think about as well. Be mindful of what you're doing at the time, and not to overly indulge. And that's pretty much it. And I guess if you drink in and you feel rough the next day is going to be affected, because you're not going to want to particularly eat healthy. You're not going to be in the mood to eat healthy. You're not going to be in the mood to exercise. You're going to have a bad head, and essentially writes the day off, right? So it's not just that one night that's affected; it's the day after as well. And if you're somebody that gets a 2-day hangover, it could be 2 days you're going to be struggling, and that's the impact it has. So when people say alcohol causes you to gain weight, well, not on its own, but the effects associated with alcohol will. So that's pretty much my video today. I look a bit tired actually. That's probably from last night. So I'm gonna leave it with you. Like I said, guys, start afresh. No better time to start afresh than right this minute. And if you don't do something today, how will tomorrow be any different? Cheers, guys. Bye.